When you read the title it sounds very bad and obvious, but I promise it's a little more complicated. First off, my girlfriend's ex is a girl. Not bothered by this fact on its own, but I am bothered by her current friendship with said ex. Around 2 years ago she was with this girl, and it was a relatively serious relationship. At that same time I was with a different girl, we'll call her Becky for simplicity. Me and Becky were in the same childhood friend group before we dated. We were never serious beyond going on a few dates and hanging out at each other's apartments. It never went any further than that. On the other hand, my girlfriend and her ex, call her Taylor IG, were much more serious. They often would sleep over at each other's houses and share a bed. About 6 months after their breakup me and my girlfriend went out and started dating. That was over a year ago now. Since then Taylor and my girlfriend have become great friends. This alone isn't a huge issue. I trust my girlfriend to be loyal, but there have been some weird things going on. One of the main issues are her double standards. She thinks that it's perfectly fine to be friends with Taylor despite their serious past, but when Becky sees me at church and waves hello my girlfriend gets pissed at me for waving back. Anytime Becky says hello, passes by, or is remotely friendly towards me there are dirty looks from my girlfriend. Besides these pleasantries, me and Becky do not speak unless it is in a group setting, and even then we typically don't and I wouldn't call her a friend. Now back to Taylor. Since their friendship began I've noticed that my girlfriend has been much less affectionate to me and much less considerate of what I want. This sounds stupid but it's mainly kissing and other things I would consider innocent affection, which I consider my love language. This is getting to the point where I sometimes feel like the only way to get affection from her is aftercare from when she, rarely, wants to have sex. Even then it's always me taking care of her and her being relatively dismissive of me. This has utterly crushed my self-esteem and has made me feel very inadequate. I have tried talking to her about this 5 different times over a span of 6 months, but no change. Her and Taylor have been hanging out and talking much more now. And I can't help but be worried about it. Taylor has had a reputation for getting around and is often the other woman in many relationships. I want to believe my girlfriend when she says she is trying her best to change and that she will soon, but she hasn't proven it. I'm starting to realize I can't take this much longer and I don't know what to do. Edit. Her defense is that she is no longer a lesbian so it's not the same. This makes no sense though because she is still self-proclaimed bisexual.